Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 265 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and we are drafting some more Zendikar Rising. Hopefully you enjoyed the Mystery Booster stream recap. There will be another one coming next week before it unfortunately goes away in 7 total days. I don't know why they only run it for 7 days. But we're here back in Zendikar, and we've got a Soul Shatter versus a Rock Slide Sorcerer, I think. Soul Shatter is just great. It's removal. It's going to kill almost always the thing that you most want to die. Rock Slide Sorcerer is incredibly fun in the right deck. I think we just have to take the Soul Shatter. The upside is it basically cuts black. There's just a subtle strike here, which is a good card, and I would certainly love to see it come back around. Whereas red isn't really in this pack either. But yeah, I think we just take the Soul Shatter over the Rock Slide Sorcerer, and I think I'll be pretty happy about that. As a reminder, October 31st is going to be the 24-hour stream this year. If you haven't seen a 24-hour stream before, I do 24 hours of a lot of Magic, but also a lot of chat interaction games, Jackbox games, Choice Chamber, stuff like that. I'll throw in a couple of random games here or there, but it's mostly Magic. But also a ton of giveaways. Whatever was picked from this pack was incorrect. A ton of giveaways. This year it's looking like, again, I probably should have one giveaway every hour or more frequent than that, including collector's packs of Zendikar, Inked Gaming gift certificates, MTGO bot credit from Card Hoarder, WizKids Games, I believe is going to be sending some stuff again this year, possibly some WotC support, tons of stuff to give away. So yeah, make sure you check that out October 31st, starting early in the morning around 8 a.m.-ish or so. It's super fun, raising money through Extra Life for my local children's hospital in memory of my sister. But yeah, Roost of Drakes is the pick out of this pack, regardless of whatever common was taken here. Yeah, Roost of Drakes is amazing, and we're maybe finding our lane. Thwart the Grave is also good. It goes with our first pick, but we're taking Roost because it's fantastic. Now here's an interesting pack. If you've been watching Semulin, which some of you probably do, I did the set review with him, he believes that green 3, 4, 5 color decks are the best deck in the format right now. And the cards that you should heavily prioritize are Vastwood Surge, Roiling Regrowth, and Reclaim the Wastes. So there's a possibility we could try this out. I've tried this out a few times, and I don't like it. It reminds me of Hour of Devastation, one of my least favorite formats ever. One of the reasons that was one of my least favorite formats ever is because of these green 4 or 5 color decks. They mess up the draft signals, because what you do is you take these cards, and then you just take every single bomb and piece of removal you see. So our friend Lodash here will get weird signals, and nothing will appear to be open to them. And I hate being that person, but I guess we can give it a go if we had a pack with all 3 of them in it, because we probably get one back, right? Now, the other part of that plan is maybe you just don't get there. Maybe you don't find all the fixing. Maybe you just don't get the bombs that you need. Maybe you just don't get the removal that you need. So you do need an escape plan. And so I think our escape plan is just going to be Roost of Drakes kicker deck. And if we can, maybe we can get very splashy. So I'll give that a go. I'll give it one more try, see if I can figure it out. I've not had success with it myself, other than one time where I did a 4-color Omnath deck. And even that, I don't know how successful it was. I 2-1'd, but we'll see. Anyways, the Bubble Snare here is the correct pick off the Roost of Drakes. It's also removal that we could splash with the Vastwood Surge. Yeah, let's pick up the Bubble Snare, see where we go from there. So here we see some signs that blue is quite possibly open, or these were very blue packs. There's an Umara Wizard and an Expedition Diviner, and also just 2 other filler blue cards. There's nothing else in any other color that I'm super excited about. If we had taken that Rock Slide Sorcerer, we could have taken the Fisher Wizard and really gotten in there. But yeah, I think I'm just going to take the Umara Wizard here over the Diviner, although I think it is a little bit of a close call. Strongish signals of black being open, although I guess this is playable in every black deck as a 3/3 flyer for 5. Obviously, Clerics, it's a lot better. I might almost just want this Field Research, just because we have the Roost. We know we want to get into the kicker deck. We know we want to cut blue. We may just say goodbye to this Soul Shatter, or maybe we splash it because we have a Vastwood Surge. So let's take that Field Research. So I guess another part of the multicolor deck is the Spring Mantle Cleric, because when you're playing 3, 4, or 5 colors, this card becomes quite good. There is a Riptide here if we do want to get into that kicker deck. That's super tempting, but I think I will take the Cleric here. Even in a 2-color deck, this card has gone up a little bit for me. So let's take the Cleric. And hey, we get a Riptide anyways. Sounds good. So what pack is it? It's the next pack? No, it's 2 more packs away that all of the fixing cards were in. So here we can take a Cleric or a Duelist. We're not going to play a Colossus. So let's just take the Cleric. The Duelist doesn't go into the deck that we're heading towards just yet. The Cleric doesn't really either, but we'll take it. Okay. Okay, so we could cut blue because we know we want to be there. There's a chance that we end up in red after all, but passing that Sorcerer and it not coming back, I think, is a clear sign that somebody should be heading in that direction. So I think I might just send the signal of cutting blue here. So this is the fixing pack, and it's gone. All the fixing pack stuff is gone. Do I know these people? Do these people watch Semulin? Is that why all the fixing is gone? We're not playing anything in this pack, so let's try to signal black a little bit, I guess. Well, we know we're blue, and that's about all we know. This is a 4-drop. This is the land. We know we're blue, and we'll see where we go from there. Cut blue or take a Palaka? Can I be blue-black kicker? I'm not super stoked on the idea, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I really wish Mystery Booster was around longer. I won't even get to stream it next week because it'll be gone by the time my stream starts. It's very weird that they decided to announce it, announce when it was coming out. They announced a month or so ago, hey, Mystery Booster will be coming. And then they said nothing until Tuesday when they said, hey, it's here tomorrow and you have 7 days. It's a very weird strategy by them, and I don't know why. We'll take the Cascades here. I don't really want to play the Cleric. I don't necessarily want to play the Cascade. That's a Zoff consumption. Hey, Crawling Barrens. Well, we don't have to make much of a choice here. People are still passing this card, and they still shouldn't be. There's a Taunting Arbor Mage if we do end up in blue-green kicker. There's a Deadly Alliance. These aren't coming. Well, the Arbor Mage might come back. The Deadly Alliance obviously is not. The Stalker might just come back, but this is an easy Crawling Barrens several times over. This card's nuts. People still pass it, and they should not. It's the pick out of every single pack that it's ever in. I really don't like Cragplate Baloth. I don't think it's any good at all. That being said, there's nothing in this pack. There's nothing in this pack. I don't really want the black cards. I don't want the negate. God, I might take it. I don't think it's any good. Oh boy. Yeah, we're going to pick that card up and feel real weird about it. Real weird about it. This pack we don't have to feel weird because there is Numara Wizard that we're going to take, and that's pretty easy. Next pack, we've got the Reclaim the Wastes, I suppose, if we do think we're going to head towards that green plan. It's more fixing, which means that we can splash this Soul Shatter, splash some other things. The black is not really pulling me in there. The blue is not that good. So let's take the Reclaim. It's also a kicker for the Roost. Bubble Snare, pretty easy pick here. I guess part of the trick of being this multicolor deck is you want to be very green, and I think we're going to be very blue, which means I think we are just going to be blue-green kicker as opposed to green everything. But I'm liking the start of this deck so far. Anti-Cognition. Whew. I have really liked this card quite a bit. It's an Essence Scatter up until like turn 5, almost guaranteed. And then if you're in the blue-black deck especially, it's an Essence Scatter with Scry 2, which is incredible. If you're not, it falls off, and we're not, but we're not taking a Chilling Trap. We're not. Well, we could take it to Druid Blade, but I really like the Anti-Cog. Okay. Okay, so here we've got a Wind Rider Wizard. So obviously we cut blue well. I think blue is open. The rest of the colors, not so much. There's a Vanquish here if we wanted to be black. I think I'd just prefer to be green. Like we've got Kicker, even though I don't really want to play it. But yeah, let's take the Wind Rider. Probably makes the deck. It's not amazing. Into the Royal's fantastic, as is Tazim Royal Mage, quite frankly. But I'll take the first Into the Royal here. All of the cards that say Royal are really good. Into the Royal, Tazim Royal Mage, Roiling Regrowth, Royal Eruption, all of them are good. But yeah, Into the Royal, my favorite. We have green cards. We have no blue cards. We've got a Snarecaster for the side or a Turntibber Aesthetic, probably for the main. So I guess we'll take the Aesthetic. It's not an awful card. We're not going to play any of these cards. I will continue to say, hey, blue is my lane, get out. Blue is my lane, get out. Blue, my lane, get out. Might make the main deck, probably not. It's got Kicker, but I think we just have better cards. Wow, black-white's apparently wide open. That's wild. Take the Strength. Okay, so are we splashy enough to take a Lunarch Aspirant? We have a Vastwood and a Reclaim. And this is a bomby card. If we were much more heavily green, this Aspirant is the easy pick here. Right now, it's fighting with the Geyser Mage, arguably the Reclaim, but if this Reclaim comes back around, we are going to look like a genius. The Amulet has 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, has 12 triggers. So the Amulet's also something that I'm looking at. Now, realistically, we are not playing the Palaka or the Zoff, although maybe we are just a splash. We'll see. We'll see. Do I want to look like a genius? Do I want to look like a genius? Let's try to look like a genius here, and let's take the Luminarch Aspirant. Let's attempt geniosity. This pack's not for us, and a rare was taken, so we didn't get cut on the first pick. This was just a pack that was never for us. The green card's bad, the blue card's deeply mediocre. We have a pack beast, which is okay. There's nothing that I'm looking to splash with our fixing, so we take a pack beast and cry a little bit. So here, again, the blue's not there. There's nothing that I'm super happy to be splashing, so I think we're just taking a Scythe Cat, because we'll play it, and we're putting lands on the battlefield, you know, kind of guaranteed with our Surge and our Reclaim, and hopefully another Reclaim or so. The Scythe Cat is okay, so we'll pick it up. Well, Vine Gecko's for our deck. That's definitely for our deck. Makes our kicker stuff cheaper. What is our kicker right now? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kicks. 8 kicks isn't bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, we'll take this because the only thing else here is a Bane Veil. I would splash this, feed the Swarm, I suppose. There's a Regrowth, so that's going to help us make sure that we can splash the Luminarch Aspirant and the Soul Shatter. So we'll pick that up. And it's not fighting against anything, which also makes it a very easy pick. I would play a Stomper. I don't want to play the one of these that I have, and I don't want to play this. So let's take that Roiling Regrowth. Another Roiling Regrowth. So this is unfortunately very, very late. We are unlikely to get all of the stuff that we need. But I still think it's going to be worth it. It's going to get us to this Baloth a lot more guaranteed, right? And it just makes the Aspirant and the Soul Shatter significantly easier to play. So let's pick that up as well. Another Reclaim. It's a kicker spell. And we're not taking a Deliberate, and we're not taking a Horn Beetle, so we'll pick it up. So yeah, unfortunately, we kind of went backwards here. We got all of the fixing before we saw the bombs. And this, I think, is the other part of this. We didn't really see the bombs, right? I don't feel like we saw many rares at all in this draft. And that, I think, is one of the dangers of doing this. I think this deck is still going to do quite well. But I think the danger of this is you might pick the fixing and just not get anything worthwhile. So we'll see. But at least we can easily play the Soul Shatter. There's nothing in our side that we're going to put in. And what are we looking at here? 29. Ooh, Geyser Mage back around. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Get out of there, Cleric. You're bad. Get out of there, Stonework Pack Beast. You're bad. So what do we got? We got 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're not going to play any of these. We'll take the adventure weights. We are not going to play any of these. We'll take the Dauntless Survivor. And that means that this Springmantle Cleric can, you know, potentially reliably be a 6, 7 for 5, which is very good. Very, very good. So 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. So we have 23 cards, and we want to be playing an 18 lander here. So we need 1 cut by my count. It should not be a creature because we are a little bit low on creatures. Hey, a Bane Veil. I'll put that in the deck. There's also a Subtle Strike. There's also a Subtle Strike. Oh. Let's take the Bane Veil. We'll take the Chilling Trap and the Light Form Blight. All right, 80 gems. Look at that. Look at that. I should record that on my spreadsheet if I'm smart and remember to do the things that I do to keep track of, you know, the things. Copy those in, and there we go. So we want to cut out 1 island, 2 islands, 3 islands, 1 swamp, 2 swamps. Is that it? Is that it for double-faced cards? That's it for double-faced cards. We do want that 1 plains, 1 swamp, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue sources, and 6 green sources. All right, so we want 1 more land, right? We've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, we want 1 more land, and I think it's arguable that we want another one. We definitely want that land to be green. So let's go with 7 forests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I've got way too many swamps here. Why do I have 3 swamps? I want 1 swamp. Why do I now have a bunch of cards? God, I hate Arena. I really hate this pile of trash. How many lands do we have? We have 16 lands. Why did my land count massively go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. My islands repopulated. Is that why? Why did that happen? All right. So now, do I have 13 lands? Now I have 13 lands. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's an 18 lander. Arguably could even be 19 lands. We want to make 1 more cut, which is not a creature. I think it's probably one of these Roiling Regrowths. Just because the Reclaim the Wastes are kicker spells for our cast, or for our Roost of Drakes. So yeah, I think we can get by cutting one of these Roiling Regrowths. I really kind of want to be 19 lands here. Really kind of want to be 19 lands. Maybe I don't need to be 19 lands. Maybe I don't need to. Let's go with this. Let's give it a try. It's not exactly the super ludicrous 4-5 color deck that I was talking about. Again, because the bombs just weren't there, right? Like we first picked this out of a pack. We first picked this out of a pack. We got past this. I passed a rare in pack 2, I guess. And that's all of the rares that I recall seeing. So it could be that other people are on this. It could also just be that, especially on Arena, you're going to get into pods where somebody's rare drafting. and you're not going to get past rares because somebody's just going, wow, look at all these suckers passing these rares. That's what draft is, right? You take all the rares. Yeah, so we'll see. But let's go and give this a go. This deck seems good. The splash is very not greedy. It's for a couple of very good spells. The black splash especially gives us access to a couple of extra cards, Polaka Predation and Zoff Consumption. So, let's hope it goes well. Let's hope it goes well. I'm going to play first. We've got some things. I'll give it a go. Do I want to just play this first Reclaim? I probably just want to play this first Reclaim, right? Yeah, let's play the first Reclaim and probably get the Plains, because it's going to be way better if we top deck the Luminarch Aspirant than if we top deck the Soul Shatter right now. We have Roiling Regrowth to get the Swamp later anyway, so let's grab the Plains. And this Spring Mantle on turn 5 will be a 6/7. 6/7 it will be. A Seagate Banneret. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56 card deck. All right. We're going to play this island out because we're going to anti-cog whatever they play, because I have a feeling they're red-white aggro. Although I don't know red-white aggro in a 56 card deck. Blue-white. Deliberate. Okay. They're not aggro at all. They sure showed me, I guess. We got by not playing the anti-cog. Well, next turn we can pass the turn again, holding up anti-cog or Roiling Regrowth. And if we Roiling Regrowth, we'll just blow up a forest to grab a swamp and another forest. I will take one. You can't stop me. Pop that down, pass the turn. Again, I will anti-cog anything. Just show me a thing. Show me a creature, and it's not going to happen. I guess if it's another Seagate Banneret, I don't have a choice. I would love them to do nothing. They did nothing. All right, let's Roiling Regrowth, blow up a forest, and get a forest and a swamp. Boop. Swamp, forest. So that means we could just drop Spring Mantle Cleric as a big ol' 6/7, but I'm not going to get got by their anti-cog. So we're just going to go with Risen Riptide, hold up anti-cog here. They've got something in hand because there's a pause happening. Although, did that pause happen? There was definitely a pause at instant speed, but there might have been a pause at sorcery speed as well, or at outside of me casting that spell. Let's see how it goes. Also, I think maybe I did that whole 24-hour stream recap looking at where my camera used to be and not where my camera is. They pressure pointed my Riptide. Okay. All right, so we're playing against a new player, I assume. Or at least a new drafter. So the unfortunate trick here is we're going to get got by me assuming that they have things in hand and aren't playing things like Pressure Point and Deliberate, which is a very weird situation to be in, because it almost makes my anti-cogs and such worse, because I expect things to happen in a certain way and they don't. So we'll drop this because now they're tapped out. They definitely don't have a counter spell. So we get ourselves a 6/7. They've already used one of their bubble snares. Whether they have more, we'll have to see. So as well, for example, I would not expect somebody to main deck Smite the Monstrous. This person would main deck Spite the Monstrous. Utility Knife? Okay. That's A-okay. My 6/7 is going to rumble. So I guess we don't have much of a sideboard, eh? We didn't get a Broken Wings or anything. That's a shame. All right, 6/7 is going to rumble, and we're going to drop that Umara Wizard. 6/7, rumble on in. They take it like a champ. So yeah, we'll just drop Umara Wizard as a creature because Reclaim makes it fly. Do they have anti-cog? Is this what this whole... No. Weird. Maybe they've got Jwari Disruption in hand? Maybe they've got Jwari Disruption in hand. That could be it. They have something instant speed because... Or wait, everything instant speed would have caused priority to be held up. Skyclave Squid, sure. Had a mild brain fart there thinking about it. Alright, so I don't think you're attacking me. If you are, it means you have a Resolute Strike. Or a Dauntless Unity, I suppose. No blocks. No blocks. N'est pas de le bloc. So what's this to kick? It's 4 total. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could hold up anti-cog and make our wizard fly. Let's do it. Let's do it. Kick that, get a couple more lands out. Make my Riptide a 5/5, I guess. And we'll grab blue and green here. Green, blue. Pop down the forest. Come on in for 10. The old casual 10. I'm wondering if they're like a 58 card deck and they kept 17 lands as well. Or if they decided to add extra lands. Surely they're going to chump here and not go to 10 or go to 4, right? Chump. And I guess the other thing is they might not have instant spells. They might just be playing on full control. That's always a possibility. They're a wild card. I can't predict what this person is doing, which is dangerous, very dangerous. These are the games where fog looks amazing. You get fogged and you're like, oh, that's a thing that happened. Yeah, we anti-cog that, get rid of that. We're going to rumble on in. They're going to be forced to chump the cleric. Actually, no, they're tapped out. I don't even have to cast the bubble snare. We just got him. All right. Good game one. Obviously, the match is not going to be super indicative of how well the deck is doing, just because it is a newer drafter. So I don't think we have anything to play. What did they have? They had a bubble snare. I could put in a shell shield, but I don't think I have to. I don't think we have to hurt our deck at all. I think we just go back in. So I will say, if this green thing becomes a thing, my enjoyment of the format's going to drop. Hour of Devastation, when people discovered that drafting Oasis Ritualist and then all of the bombs was when that format went super downhill for me, because it really screws up, and I mentioned this during the draft, it really screws up draft signals, because I cut blue and black, and then, you know, halfway through the draft, suddenly, like, I'm not getting blue and black rares past me, I'm not getting blue and black removal past me, blue and black is apparently being cut, my person beside me is in blue and black, but no, they're in green. They just took every good blue, black, red, white, and green spell out of every single pack, and it train wrecks drafts, especially when multiple people try to do it. So I sincerely hope that this is not actually that successful. So this is a hand. We have a Blight Blade on 1, and I think that'll hold off our opponent pretty decently. We have to find a blue land, but we have several options to do that. We have green spells to draw to find it for us. So I think this is a pretty easy keep. But a keep that some people might look at and be like, it's 2 lands and I don't have blue. But you're way more likely to draw lands than you think. Way more likely. They must be on full control. Like they individually passed through that entire turn. Or they have a Resolute Strike in hand. All right, they're tapped out. Let's see what happens here. They're not on full control. Interesting. So they do have a Resolute Strike. Because there's nothing else for 1 white, right? So we didn't find our land, unfortunately. Core Celebrant, I will trade Healer for Blightblade here, should you so desire. They do not desire. No attacks, so 1 more land and we can Vastwood Surge to at least start to get ourselves out of this. Like if we can survive to that Vastwood Surge, I think we're significantly more in this, because then we have a gigantic Springmantle Cleric coming out. We've got an Anti-Cog up, we've got an Into the Royal up. We'll be 2 lands away from Cragplate coming down. What's the kicker on it? 4 counters, so I would like to get to that kicker. So we're going to have to play Reclaim the Wastes for 1 to get an island. And then pass the turn, the island holds up the Anti-Cog to just stop them from playing things just a little bit. Just a little bit. They're going to negate it. Wow. Okay. Told you. Wild card. Wild card. They could have anything in their deck. Did they add more cards? 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. They added more cards in sideboard. Okay. Okay. They literally could have anything in their deck. I wonder if they just added like 10 more lands or something. All right. Are they super afraid of this Death Toucher? Well, the more time they give me, the better it is. So we're going to drop this as land. Obviously, we need it. No attacks. Next turn, I think we're just looking at the Vastwood Surge. They're also getting pretty low on cards. We'll see what we draw. If we top deck a land, there's a chance I just go for the Springmantle just to get a creature down. Yeah, I'll take 1. Just because getting a few creatures down and then a kicked Vastwood Surge would be nutty. What happens if we kick a Reclaim the Wastes, we play a land, we have nothing. But then we have a land in hand, so we have 6 lands next turn. Interesting. If we Vastwood Surge this turn, we have 6 lands, which means we could reclaim, hold up Anti-Cog, although the Anti-Cog is getting very bad. If we Vastwood Surge and top deck a land, we have a Baloth coming down. And I think Baloth basically ends this game. Although I would like to get the counters on it just to make sure that we don't get blown out by Combat Tricks. But yeah, let's Vastwood Surge here. And we'll go and get an island and island and a plains. Boop, boop. Pass the turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No attacks. I'm wondering if they just threw a bunch of extra lands into their deck after getting land screwed last game. So we'll probably trade this Blightblade for like maybe the Banneret. It's actually getting a little bit more threatening at this moment now that they can pump it. So we'd have to take 3, maybe 5. Them gaining life is no problem because we are going to be able to just kill them. I'll continue taking 1 though. I would only have traded with the Banneret if it was coming in with more things. And if they do pump the Banneret, Dauntless Unity? Sure. Sure. Well, there's the land that we needed. So now we could just drop this Baloth. Let's just get it down. I would love it to be a 10-10, but it doesn't have to be a 10-10. And now we've got an Into the Royal to kind of ruin any combat tricks. So I think we've now won the game. There's no way that I'm blocking with the Baloth this turn. And now I think we want to keep our kicker spells a little bit until we find the whatchamadoodle, the Brood of Drakes. I will trade this Blight Blade for the healer, though. Easy peasy. And yeah, there's no way we're putting the Baloth under the healer right now. Like, we put the Baloth under the healer and they have Resolute Strike, I guarantee it. Or even pump in Resolute Strike, right? Wait for? Yeah. So yeah, we'll just trade here, and I'm A-okay with that. I wonder if this is our opponent's first experience with Hexproof, in which case, I am sorry. Alright, so they traded there, totally fine. And they passed the turn. Boy, what if we just built our own 10-10 Baloth? What if we just built our own 10-10 Baloth? Go to combat. Put a counter on the Baloth. And then we'll rumble on in for 7. I assume they'll just take it. No, you can't assume anything. Come on in. If they do try any sort of like, oops, they have 3 combat tricks in hand, we have Into the Royal to say no to that. And I kind of suspect that 7 is big enough for this opponent to kind of be concerned about it. But like being at 24 and taking 7 is nothing. I'm thinking they might be experiencing Hexproof for the first time. That is not how I want to tap those lands, thanks. I do want to keep up a blue so that we have anti-cog up, even though I don't think it'll be any good. They have a lot of mana. They would have to drop a 5-drop. Let's grab a blue and a green. Let's play the green. Keep up the anti-cog, keep up the Into the Royal. Boy, that anti-cog's really bad now. 7, they've got to play a 6-drop. In for 1, I will take it. Our opponent is not a coward, that's for sure. They are aggressive with their attacks. So you did have a Resolute Strike. I read that very early. I'll take 3. That's no problem. Still nothing in hand, eh? Well, tired of that being a thing, so let's just turn that off, shall we? Counter on the Baloth. Smash on in for 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can play Spring Mantle and hold up anti-cog Into the Royal. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spring Mantle. Make it a 6, 7. So the deck looks great. We'll see what it looks like against perhaps a more well-built deck. Outrider, sure. Pump it up. Pump it up. If they have a 3-drop creature, I'll probably anti-cog it. Utility knife? Sure. Sure thing. Sure thing. We will just into the royal that next turn. Unless we get negated again, right? Alright, into the royal it. Draw ourselves a card. It's a Soul Shatter. Look at that. Counter on the Baloth. In with team. In with team. If they have a Kabira takedown for the Aspirant, good for them. Oh, that's so close to lethal. That's 1 point away from lethal. Good game. Good game. Mwah. There we go. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. This deck feels good, but I think we were given more time than we necessarily deserved to have there. So let's see how it does in match 2. Let's see how it does in match 2. So yeah, 24-hour stream, I suspect will be mostly Zendikar. I've not heard what's going to be on MTGO for Halloween, because again, they apparently don't announce anything on MTGO until the day before. Every year for the past decade, they've done Zendikar, or Innistrad, so hopefully they do Innistrad again. If it's normal Innistrad, you will probably see some amount of Innistrad on MTGO. If it's Innistrad's Supreme Draft, which I kind of suspect it might be, you probably will only see one, but we'll see how it goes. This looks like a good hand. Regrowth cat, yeah. This cat's going to get swole really fast. Pass the turn. We get a Soul Shatter as well that we can cast. Take one, not a problem. Reclaim the Wastes. So what are we doing? Next turn is going to be cat. The turn after is probably going to be past the turn, hold up, regrowth. Surprise, my cat is gigantic. If we miss a land drop, then we don't get to play a land on turn 5. So I think I'll just use this reclaim now to go and get an island. I will take another one. Not a problem. Pass the turn. I like it. Let's get the cat down. So this cat will be a 3 power, 4 power, 5 power. It'll be a 6 power the turn after next, assuming it doesn't just die. Look at that. Just died. Well, they used it up, and we've got a lot more stuff. Attended Healer. That's fine. They haven't demonstrated a great way to gain life just yet. We will pass the turn. If that Attended Healer gets like a Skyclave or something on it, we can Soul Shatter in response. If it doesn't, we can regrowth, get some more lands going here. Luckily, it cannot give itself lifelink, which is very handy. Canopy Baloth? Sure, we will regrowth here, getting rid of the forest and grabbing a forest and an island. Dropping another island. All right, so we're going to go Blight Blade. And we're going to go Bubble Snare. And we're going to hold up Soul Shatter to maybe kill the Baloth. Maybe we just trade the Blight Blade off for the Baloth. Prowling Felidar. Sure. Land, grow your Baloth. Please attack with the Baloth. No blocks. Alright, so if we Soul Shatter, they're probably going to kill the Baloth, but we need one of those gone away so that our Blight Blade can deal with the other. Oh, this is also a 4-drop. Damn it. Damn it. I thought it was a 3-drop. It was not a 3-drop. What happens if we played Vine Gecko? 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have enough to kick field research. But then we do next turn, so I guess we go Gecko Wizard. Pass the turn. So we can kill one of those 4-drops with Blade. Oof, an Ox. Oof, another land. So this is what happens when your opponent does not give you time. And this is where I think this green shenanigans falls apart quite a bit, because we are about to take 12 here, I think. We're blocked here, but we're in trouble. Yeah, I guess let's field research, see what we can find. Woof. I guess we try to survive a turn with this Rooster Drakes down, so then we can Geyser Mage like the Felidar, get a Drake. But I think we're in a lot of trouble here. Our opponent also just had an amazing curve out, right? Like Baloth into Felidar, into Ox, into Raptor, into, yeah. Our opponent's deck fired on all cylinders. So we're just dead, I assume. 5, 9, 10. Yeah. Wow. Well, we go back in and we try to not die like that. What was the removal? 1 takedown. Yep, let's go back in. Try not to die like that. That's magic, right? That's magic. They curve out and they're gonna win. We don't put down an early something. What does our deck even have? I don't think our deck has anything that could have combated that, right? Like, I made the mistake on the Soul Shatter, but what was the mistake there? Like, if I just never cast Soul Shatter, what changes? I eventually get to kill the Ox and I still continue to have 10 or 11 damage coming at me. So I don't think there was any way out of that. So this is a Gecko pretty early. Vastwood Surge to get us back in. Giant Cleric. Don't hate it. No 1-drop. Thank you. Ooh, into a cat. I like that. A fair bit. Vastwood Surge will make the cat pretty good. They've got a Fledgling too. We are in trouble. Let's get in for 2. Play the cat. If one of these was an island, we could have kicked the Rooster Drakes, but no such luck. Tazim Raptor, Yelp. Opponent is, I believe, as they say, popping off. We're gonna pop this down. And then what are we gonna do? Like, if they drop a Baloth or a Felidar, we have ways of still winning, but it's going to be challenging. I think we just need to get that Roost down, and I don't think we can give up either of these creatures. Yeah, there's no way we can give up either of those creatures. Let's get the Roost down. Pass the turn. Which means we probably have to take 5 in the air. Jesus. Ow. Yeah. So what's coming at us? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're not dead if we pump up the Scythe Cat and attack. Although the Scythe Cat doesn't even get through. We're not winning this game. We're not winning this game, I don't think. Our opponent's deck did exactly what it needed to do, which is played cards in the correct order. And there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that except get luckier. Raptor, bounce a land, sure. So now what are we taking? We are dead in the air if they find a land. We're dead in the air if they find a land. So we're Vastwood Surging and asking them to not find a land, essentially. Vastwood Surge, hey opponent, please don't find a land. They might not have a land in hand. They paused there, which means they thought about blocking. Yeah, we're dead. Cool. Well, that was fun magic. Oh, it was not fun magic. That was not fun magic. But we still have a match. We still have a match, thanks to that first win. But that's why I just don't play green-white landfall very much, is because when that doesn't happen, it feels awful. Like when your hand is Felidar, Baloth, Raptor, land, and you're just like, oh. And I guess that's where people who mulligan a lot mulligan that, because they know that if their hand looks like that, they can't lose. So, you know. That was a very good version of that deck, though. I think green-white lives or dies on that fledgling to an extent, as much as it also lives and dies on its curve. But let's play first, and let's see how we do. We've got an anti-cog up. This is not a great hand, and we're on the draw, but I still keep it. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We've got, what, 7 green sources? Any green source finds us more green sources, or whatever color we happen to need. We could get a black tapped land down. I'm gonna predict that I don't fear their 2-drop. Don't play plains, thank you. Drop our plains. We're gonna hold up anti-cog here rather than play our Geyser Mage. Green, black, red. Marasa Brood. No. Never, ever, ever did not have it. So just because Vastwood Surge is so good, if we can get up to 8 mana, I think I might kick this Reclaim. And that way we have a turn Timber next turn. We have more lands to play. We're getting up there. So let's kick this. And let's grab Island Forest. Pass the turn. So turn Timber comes down next turn. We go up to 23. We've got a heck of a blocker. It'll demand whatever fancy-dancy removal they've got in hand. Ooh, we could also do a 6/7 instead. I like a 6/7. A 6/7 deals with a Geopede pretty nicely, barring extra burn or such. So we've got 6 mana coming up. We're a land away from a non-kicked Baloth. We're 2 lands away from a kicked Vastwood Surge. We can also just buy ourselves a turn, resetting the board a little bit with a Geyser Mage. Land for turn, pump. Canopy Baloth, No attacks, I like it. There's another land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to be on 7. Puts us a land away from a kicked Vastwood Surge, which then puts us into kicked Cragplate Baloth territory. So I think I'm happy to presumably just time walk them here. So let's kick this and bounce their Baloth and come on in for 6. I suspect they will not block it. And then I might willingly block the Geyser Mage on the Geopede just to kill it. We'll see. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Veteran Adventurer comes down, sure. So I actually will take the 5 here, just because we're going to gain 3, so we're only taking 2. I'll take 2. 2's nothing. 2's nothing. Bubble Snare is pretty good. So we get to play our turn Timber, and I think I'll just Bubble Snare that Geopede. Like, yeah, it's a 3/1, but it's frequently a 5/3. And then we can come in with Cleric again, and I think they have to take another 6. You go to 8, and if we top deck a land, we get to ram in this Vastwood Surge. If we don't, we probably just not kick Baloth. Fisher Wizard? Sure. Discarding a Swamp? Sure. Okay, so it looks like they're just red-green splashing for something. Spark Mage for 2. Bye, Geyser Mage. Bye. And then they'll probably come in for 5 here, I assume. Land for turn, sure. Well, there's our land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so this gives us the 10 for Baloth. So let's kick Vastwood Surge. Let's grab some lands here. Get some counters. So what do they got? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they could just kill this by blocking with everything. And we kill everything. We could also attack with Turn Timber. Yeah, we just block with everything, or we attack with everything because a hasty 10/10's coming down next turn. A hasty, uncounterable, unkillable 10/10. I guess unless they're splashing for Soul Shatter, but don't play around rares. So they have to at least chump the Cleric. So we're going to get the double there and the chump. Double and chump, so we clear their board. I like it. I like it a lot. A lot, a lot. Clear the board. We've got an 8/9 and a hasty 10/10 coming. Remember when I said this card was bad? It still is, but I think if you're ramping with the Vastwood Surges and the Roiling Regrowths, it probably just gets better. Because it's not a 10 drop, right? In this game, it's more of like a 7 drop, which is still risky, but... All right, so we're getting Baloth coming down, I guess. And they tapped very specifically to keep up either this green or specifically double red. Oh, they're Blood Beckoning. Oh, you don't have time to do that, friend. Oh, you don't have time to do that at all. I'm not even going to show them the Baloth. Not even going to show them the Baloth. They don't need to know about that. They don't need to know about that at all. All right, up a game, up a game. Back in we go. Let's see if we can make this, shockingly, a 2/1 to go with my collection of, I don't know, 24 2/1s? Can't stop, won't stop 2/1ing. This deck felt pretty good. This deck felt pretty good. Can't beat a curve out, but it can beat other stuff. Technically a 3-lander. Technically a 3-lander. So we'll go Bane Veil, I think, into Plains to keep up. Ooh, into Forest, you say? Yeah, I'll get a Blightblade Drown. I'm not afraid of their 3-drop. Their 3-drop is probably nothing. They're probably going to pass the turn here. Does that work? If I just tell my opponent what to do they do it? They're not going to cast anything on my Blightblade here. Ah, damn it. If you're going to trade, I'll trade. I'll 100% trade. Sold. We anti-cog whatever they play, and then we keep going from there. Nope. No dice. They're like a mill deck. Here's their black all of a sudden that we did not see last game. I think we might just kick here. Again, I'm not afraid of what they're going to play. We've got a Bubble Snare for it if it's very scary. This guarantees that we're going to have a Wizard next turn. So kick this, and we'll grab a Forest and a Swamp. We can also Polaka them next turn if need be. Hellion. Hellion. Did not bounce. So I should have played the Swamp, but I got distracted. I should have played the Swamp so that I could Polaka, because something big's coming our way. Something big is coming our way. So I'll drop my own 4-power creature. But that was a mistake. I wanted to swamp there, cast Palaka, and then pass the turn, I guess. We could have proactively bubble snared the Hellion so that it would only get 1 attack, but whatevs. Whatevs. So I think next turn we'll Palaka, maybe do the Palaka bubble snare. Maybe just Spring Mantle Cleric, we'll see. Nissa. I don't really care. I don't really care about Nissa. +1, make a land, sure. I'll take 7. 7's not really a thing. So Nissa's up to 6, that's fine. Jesus, okay. I was taking 7. I was already gonna take 7. Alright, so we're gonna go Swamp. I don't really want to Palaka them. I don't really want to Palaka them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could bubble snare and drop a giant Spring Mantle. Don't hate that one bit. That's going to stop their lands. What are they buying back? They're not buying back anything that I'm afraid of. It gets counters on it, but then we could just bounce it. And this Spring Mantle is just like staring Nissa down right now. Oof, that's big. That's real big. Land, counter. They're going to buy back a Sky Dancer. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so I mean, we have some difficulties going on here, right? Like, I guess we Geyser Mage back the Adventurer. And then attack Nissa, and they probably just let her die. Otherwise, we bounce back the Sky Dancer. They still probably just let Nissa die, and we take 5 on the crackback. I don't like that at all. So yeah, we're going to bounce the Adventurer. Presumably kill Nissa here. If we just get to kill the Sky Dancer, I'm cool with that. I'm super cool with killing the Sky Dancer too. But I can't see them just protecting Nissa up to 3. Trading a land for a Geyser Mage, and then having to chump with their Adventurer. Also, how much is this Adventurer costing them? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they just let Nissa go. Correct, correct. So they might think that they're in a race here, which this Zoff consumption sort of buys us back into the race a little bit. So we're definitely going to slam this in. They take it. So we are going to need that Zoff, which means we have to play this as a land, and then we can Cascade Seer. Ooh, the Surprise Baloth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it would be a 6/6 hexproof haste. I don't hate it. I don't hate it one bit. If they get a greedy attack here, we probably just win. Palaka my Zoff, you got it. You got it. In, I think I double block the Adventurer. Because if this is nothing, we deal 12 and they die. Show me nothing. Show me nothing. Feels like nothing. It was nothing. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1's not bad. 2-1's better than 1-2. It's not as good as 3-0. Not as good as 3-0. But that was a fun deck. I enjoyed this deck. It was sort of that green idea. I think there's something there, but I think a lot of it is getting lucky in the draft a little bit. Because you have to get these uncommons specifically. The commons do help, but you really need to get the uncommons, and you can't just get a specific uncommon in a draft. That's not how draft works. And you have to find the powerful splash cards, which we barely did with the Soul Shatter and the Luminarch Aspirant. They were great to play. But yeah, I like the deck. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if you've ever tried this. If you watch Semulin streams, you'll have seen him done this and had quite a bit of success. But let me know whatever you want to let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can always find me over at Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. You can find me at patreon.com/ShamanAleek if you want to help out that way. inkedgaming.com/ShamanAleek if you want to buy anything from them. And don't forget about that 24-hour stream coming up on October 31st. Easiest way to help out, like, share, subscribe. Otherwise, see y'all next time.